What is the status quo of the CCP business, and what are the biggest challenges that it's facing?
We're in a constant evolution. I am not sure. When I say status quo, it makes me think what is like something that stops. We are at a moment where CCPs are increasingly competing with each other. I remember being, in particular, speaking in London because it's one of my favorite places to go to conferences, to speak in conferences, because people really challenge you. I remember people saying years ago, oh, your members do not compete with each other. I said to them, well, yes, you should see some of my board meetings and see some of the discussions on, as I was saying before, on those issues where they have opposing views. CCPs do compete with each other. They compete increasingly with each other. European CCPs, the market at the moment is relatively limited. If you compare to the US, it's like probably 1/10 in some cases of the size if we talk about the exchange market. You know the figures much better because you do produce those figures. But the trouble that they found that they have is they're really trying to compete with each other. So it's a very dynamic, competitive landscape. They're trying to launch new products. We've seen some CCPs going into crypto derivatives. We've seen quite an increase of other asset classes like repos also being cleared. Definitely the OTC derivatives business. Since the global financial crisis, we have seen quite an increase of the interest rate derivatives, interest rate swaps, but also to some extent credit default swaps also being increasingly cleared by CCPs. We also see CCPs developing into the energy space. The status quo is that CCPs are competing increasingly with each other and trying to open new business opportunities for users to be able to risk manage the portfolios in a much better way with more participants, increasing the pool of participants that come into clearing, increasing the pool towards pension funds, towards insurance companies, towards other types of funds like money market funds, for example. Try to increase the community and also increase the products that you offer to that community. This is where we are probably at the moment. And where are we going in the future? This trend of competition is really going to increase from my point of view. If you look at the equity space, you reported on this, Patrick, the profit margin of equity CCPs is very, very small. And we probably come to almost the limit of the cost base for equity CCPs. Can they do much more than this? Well, I'm sure they'll come up with some ideas, but we're really at the edge of competition there. And on the other products, there's more and more products coming into the market, more and more people trying to get into CCP clearing. So that's a bit where we are in a dynamic. The status quo is paradoxical, but the status quo is a bit of a dynamic.